When you try your best but you don't succeed.
How does global temperature increase happen? One of the main reasons is because we release vast amount of greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. Greenhouse gases trap heat on Earth by not allowing energy to be released back into space. This experiment by Bill Nye, shown in Climate Change 101, shows how greenhouse gases are heating Earth up.
Here's how. Take two identical bottles and set them side by side. Put a thermometer in each bottle and seal them. Then run a hose from a source of CO2 into one of the bottles. Shine two heat lamps of equal intensity at equal distance onto each one. Within minutes, you will see the temperature of the bottle with the carbon dioxide in it rising faster and higher. The bottles are like our atmosphere. The lamps are like our sun. Most of the solar radiation reaching the Earth is absorbed by the surface and atmosphere, which in turn radiates energy out toward space as infrared energy, heat. Most of the heat energy from the surface is then absorbed by the greenhouse gases in the atmosphere and radiated back down toward the surface. The more greenhouse gases we create, the more heat is absorbed and sent back toward the surface to cause further warming.
This all started with the Industrial Revolution. We've had a 40% increase in CO2 parts per million in the atmosphere since then. We produce around 35 billion tons of carbon dioxide per year. Half of this is caused by power plants, and a third is produced by transport emissions.
What have we done to reduce greenhouse gases? We have passed international laws and treaties. For example, the Montreal Protocol, an international treaty passed in 1987 to control substances that deplete the ozone layer. Due to its widespread adoption, it has been known as perhaps the single most successful international agreement to date.
Double pitch to Chesty! He killed it!
3 sprays to deodorant greatness.
The Montreal Protocol helped restore the ozone layer and will have a long-term positive effect on Earth.
An example of a failed treaty is the Kyoto Protocol. The goal of this was to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. Without global cooperation like the Montreal Protocol had, it failed its goals and was unsuccessful.
The US adopted a policy to enact geoengineering. We can cool the globe's temperature without any cooperation from other countries. This is important because it allows us to act faster. An example of geoengineering is cooling our roofs and parking lots. This can be done by painting them white or reflective. This mitigates urban heat island effect, reduces the greenhouse gas emissions, and saves buildings 15% on air conditioning. This works because the material used has high solar reflectance and high thermal emittance, effectively cooling down cities. Some other examples of geoengineering are cloud seeding, cloud reflection, and releasing CO2 underground. There are endless possibilities to geoengineering.
Conclusion, we need to take steps to reduce our global temperature in the short and long term, with or without help from other countries. This is why geoengineering is a practical approach to aid in solving the climate problem.
Thank you so much.